Hello and welcome to the Dutching channel. It's Sunday the 12th of May 2024, just gone 7:15 in the evening, and this is the results show from the racing for today. And there was only one meeting we covered, which was Newcastle. It was the only UK flat meeting. So let's see how we got on here today. Let's go in and have a look at our results. Well, we can see there was just the 6 races. We had 3 full winners and a part winner in the last. So that's given us a profit today of £63 and a penny. Don't forget that is to a £50 stake. But again, I'm happy with that, especially when you just have 6 races. You know how difficult it is when you've got 2 meetings. You can win 300 at one and lose 300 at the other. So when you've got one meeting, you just need to keep your fingers crossed. But today was okay there. I felt we was unlucky again. I like that word, unlucky. Yesterday wasn't unlucky. That was deserved. So we're going to go back and have a look in the profit and loss now. You can see here the stakes were 300. The returns was 363.01 and the profit was 63.01. So if we drag this down to the bottom, the profit now reads £722.74. That is, as I say, to £50 stakes. And next to that, where I've got the £14.45, that's basically if you hold a subscription to the channel and whatever stakes that you are doing, that is based on £1. So if you're doing £2 stakes, then you would be up £28.90 for the month. And I say for the month, we've only actually betted on 11 days because if you remember going back to the 7th, it was the day that the flat jockeys decided they were going to take a day's holiday. The national hump racing scene was finishing and restarting, so they had a day off and it was just for the jumps for the day. So that was the reason for that, having no betting. But at the moment, I'm very happy with the way it's going. I've been very happy since about mid-April, really, since we've done a little bit of tweaking and changing on the system. But there's not been a loss yet since the 6th of March when I started on the channel here. So we are still showing quite a good profit, to be honest. So that is it on that side of things. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to look at the 6 races today. Plus, I'm going to show you, we'll start with the 2,000 guineas and the 1,000 guineas. I don't know if you saw them at all. I have uploaded the races. So if you want to go and have a look at them, you can. But we'll start with the 1,000 guineas. And what I try to drum into people's head is if a horse hasn't got 3 lines of form, do not have a bet in the race. All right, try and bet in races where horses have run at least 3 times. So let's have a look here. By the time I went and got the prices, they had disappeared, so that was the end of that. But Roo here was the worst rated horse in the race. And that's come through and won it at 33s. And then, well done to the English trainers. Kathmandu came second there. So, but there was just huge prices everywhere. So that was the 1,000 guineas. So as I say, that would have been a loser, but I did put a separate video up for this morning. But I did say there would be no betting races for me. You go into this, you look at the form again. Keren, which I liked, had only run twice. And of course, the horse down the bottom here, Pukeen. This one had only run once. And I can't get into betting in races like that. And the ones we came up with here, I thought to myself, these look nice because they were prices that could have been places, for what prices they were. They both got back down, even Shaddad and Keran, and run pretty poorly, really. But again, we had a big outsider here in Metropolitan who won it. Second was Dancing Gemini, and third was Al Cantor. But again, the English trainers did okay in these two races. And I was disappointed with Henry Longfellow. I know we can say he didn't get the run of the race, he got boxed in about 5 or 6 times, but that's down to a jockey as experienced as Ryan Moore getting that horse into a place where it shouldn't be stuck behind other horses. It could have been out on the wide track there. But if they decide they're going to ride it the way they do, then this is what's going to happen to a horse like that. I still say that horse is a lot better than City of Troy, but I don't know what you do with both of them now. I most probably agree with what Aidan O'Brien said, and he just gives these horses an easy time over the winter. I don't know how he admitted that. But anyway, that was the 1,000 and 2,000 guineas that for me was never going to be a bet in either of those races. But as I said, I've downloaded the races live so you can watch them whenever you want. So let's go into Newcastle. First race there, favourite in the first. I make it come last. I bet nearly every other horse in the race and I lose. So these happen. Thank God I'm in front, because if I was behind and keep getting races like this, I'd give up, I think. So that was the first race. That was the 307. When I say the first race, I say the first betting race. Then our second betting race was in the 417. Sea Legend. I mean, when we done the betting on this morning, it was a lot bigger price. And they backed it off the boards down to about 7 to 4, 13 to 8, I think it won at. And we had that one there. Sometimes, as I told you, these figures that I come up with here, you can't see it by looking. Right? It's all hidden. So for me to pull that one out, I think was quite a good selection to give, but I wasn't on my own. So that was now 1-1. And we moved into the 452, and it was time for another loser, Natzor. We had the second, as in Ludo's Landing. So other than that, the two losers that we've had today both had the second. So it's, again, I could call it unlucky, but I don't need to call it unlucky when we've made a profit. Then going into our fourth betting race, the 527, Chaturanga, Luke Morris here, give it a peach of a ride. He looked beat at one point and then came back through and won it. He did go to a photo. I thought Alpen Powell was going to get there. He looked a bit blinded when you see it, and then I thought, I think it's held on. So again, that was another one that you most probably couldn't have found, but that drew us level at 2-2. Then into the next race in the 6:30. This was now our fifth betting race. And whatever Eugene Murphy touched, it was gold. And again, he rode Eldrick Jones here. And you look at the prices these went off at, and they were silly prices. You could have gone right through the card with him. This was his fourth winner by this time. So we had Eldrick Jones, but if it was going to get beat, we had the second in Zip at 15.4. So that was another full win for us. Now we're 3-2 in front going into the last race. And King's Lynn, well, they didn't back it off the boards. It went the other way. And this was another Eugene Murphy looking for his fifth winner. And it didn't do anything. And then it stayed on really well and come third. But Eugene Murphy, different class jockey than all these. But the favourite which I wasn't sure how this was favourite, but Misty Grey had won it away out, I think, from Prince of Zenda. So that was our last selection, and you know we always get a last selection in at some point. This had won. It did give us a return of more than we staked, not a lot, but that's where the profit came from. We got the odd £13 and a penny profit off of this one, and because we was already 3-2 up, there was a £50 in another one. So that was that was how we fared today with just the one meeting. We'll never know if there was any more meetings or if I'd done anything else, how we would have got on. So the only one thing I don't like betting in, as I said to you, 1,000, 2,000 guineas. I don't really want to back in races like that. So that was it. So a £63 and a penny profit for today. A very good weekend in all, especially with the £346 yesterday. So that's been a pretty good month so far. And we're now, as I say, over 14 points up. If anybody's still got any ideas of a different system, then let me know. I'm not on about picking out the horses. I'm on about whether just doing single bets is the way forward. I can't knock it at the moment because it's profited every month. Or whether anybody thought about doubling up or any other kind of system. Just let me know, and I'll give it some serious thought. But otherwise, thanks for watching the results show. And the next video I'm going to post up is going to be tomorrow's racing, so that will be next, so you can have a look through at the selections there. But thanks for watching, and we'll catch up in the next video.